Hi Gemini, welcome to your December 2023 energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you're new here, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you can stay up to date on when I post new content. Gemini, I hope you are doing well. It is December 2nd as I'm recording this, and I can't believe it's already December. It's the end of the year. It's the holidays. Oh my goodness. So I hope you are taking care of yourself as best you can, Gemini. We are still in Sagittarius season. And FYI, we do have Mercury retrograde in Capricorn coming on December 13th through the 1st, although we are now in the shadow period. And for me in particular, the shadow period is usually the most intense. Everyone's different. So, you know, it's just not something to be scared of, but something to be prepared for. You know, it's a time to expect technological communication glitches, challenges. You know, it's a time to slow down and reflect. Double and triple check everything, back up your electronics. If you do have to sign a contract, just check the fine print, right? It's always like to be prepared. So again, this will be a general energy reading for December 2023 for the collective of Gemini. This is not meant to be a personal reading, so put yourself where you go, fill in the gaps, fill in the details. And if you are looking for a personal reading, Gemini, I will link my details below. Please note that the only way to book a personal reading with me is via my website, and I will never reach out to you directly to solicit you for a reading. Neither will any ethical or trusted reader. All of my social media handles are exactly the same, at the Path Illuminated, all one word, no spaces or special characters. Be aware of imposters and scam accounts. All right. So, always trust your own judgment and discernment, Gemini. You know your life and your situation better than anyone else, and remember that you have free will. So if something comes out in the reading that you're not happy with, remember you can change your perspective. You can change how you deal with a person or a situation. You know, we are constantly shifting and changing timelines and opportunities for ourselves depending on how we engage with reality, the decisions we do and don't make. Nothing is set in stone. So just be aware of that. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. Please help me in pulling the most accurate messages for the Gemini collective for the month of December 2023. What messages do we have today for December for the Gemini collective? Thank you, angel spirits and guides. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. What does Gemini need to be aware of in December? And just as an FYI, I'm going to continue to do the overall energy readings for the month as well as mid-months. And then in the new year in 2024, I'm going to be looking at changing up the cadence of my readings and doing them more regularly. But I'm definitely going to be taking the rest of this year to slow down a bit and do a little bit of hibernating. But definitely make sure you subscribe to the channel. Right. What messages do we have for Gemini spirit? Can I get one more card for Gemini for December 2023? Okay. Let me get the clarifying deck before we get into it, Gemini. Why is the Five of Cups in reverse here for Gemini for December? Why is the Sun here? Interesting. Why is the Six of Wands here? Why is Strength here? Why is it 2 of Wands here for Gemini? Spirit. Whoa. One too many cards. Why is it 2 of Wands here? I'll pull some additional cards, but let's just get going with what's here. Gemini. All right, so interesting cards, Gemini, and you know, we'll see what stories come up, but put yourself where you go, fill in the details. You're gonna know what this is about. 5 of Cups in reverse, clarified by the Queen of Cups. So for me, this is like in December, you're like done crying over spilt milk. You were done focusing on people, places, situations, relationship dynamics that haven't worked, that have disappointed you. You are now focusing on yourself, right? You are coming into this emotional stability. You're starting to tap into your intuition. You're starting to realize that your power lies in focusing on you, pouring into yourself, loving yourself, healing yourself, focusing on the people, places, things that make you happy. You're done worrying about things that haven't worked out. The Sun, happiest card in the deck. This is like, you know, you are doing things that light you up, that make you happy. There's a nod to the inner child, right? You're listening to your inner child with regard to how it wants to spend its time. Maybe, you know, December is a time where you're taking some vacation or spending more time with family and friends. It is clarified by Justice, which is a card of Libra. So it does feel like there are some really balanced relationships in your life, whether it's family, friends, work. It looks like you're spending your time in December doing things that really set you on fire. Now, it is interesting that we started the reading with 5 of Cups in reverse, and now we have the 5 of Cups here again. So this for me is a nod to this Mercury retrograde energy. It's sort of like, this is what your intention is in December. Your intention is to stop focusing on the past, stop focusing on situations that haven't worked out, that have hurt you, that have disappointed you, and to focus on yourself. And you are leaning into that, right? You are doing things that make you happy. You're listening to your inner child. You're, you know, spending time with people that love you, that are balanced. But I think underneath that all, there is still some sorrow about the past. And for me, this is sort of an encouragement from the universe to not deny how you're feeling, because there may very well be things that you're doing this month, Gemini, and I'm using this just as an example, you know, for me, right? I'm in the northern hemisphere. It's wintertime here. There's ice skating, right? If you celebrate Christmas, there are Christmas tree lots, there's lights. It's quote unquote festive, right? Maybe you're like engaging in some type of, you know, festive holiday gathering, events, activity with people in your life that you love. And there may be, you know, something you're doing, a song you hear, a restaurant you go to that makes you think of someone from your past, that makes you think of an old relationship. Maybe it even makes you think of, you know, relatives that have passed away, you know, grandmas or aunts or siblings, you know, that were a really big part of your, you know, holiday traditions that like they aren't there. So for me, this is like the universe saying like, not all of that grief about past people is necessarily a waste of your energy, right? Like, I have passed on loved ones and I think about them very fondly during the holidays, and it's a mix of joy and grief. It's a mix of love and grief, because grief is just another part of love. It's like I can be out doing something, maybe going to one of my favorite restaurants, and then I remember like, oh, my aunt introduced me to this restaurant. I remember when she first brought me here. And like there can be beauty in thinking about the past. It has something to bring to us. Now, you know, don't waste your time thinking about some, you know, ex relationship where they were a total, you know, jerk to you and they treated you like crap and they made your holidays miserable. But like, allow yourself to feel, you know, the nostalgia and maybe some of the heartbreak about the way things were. That's not necessarily bad. So next card, love it. 6 of Wands, victory. Like what you're doing in December, you are celebrating a victory. You are tapped into your freaking intuition, Gemini. It's like, whether you know it or not, you know, this time, I think because you're an air sign, Gemini, even though it is Mercury retrograde, I still think you're going to be getting a lot of downloads from the universe, and you're going to be feeling very, very powerful during the month of December, even as other people are like struggling. Like maybe your friend group's IT person, right? Like maybe when they're having issues with their phone or their laptop, they call you and you're like, oh yeah, I got you. First of all, you might want to remind them that Mercury retrograde is coming up, so they should back up all of their technology. Make sure, you know, software is updated, etc. But you're going to be very victorious during this time. Again, another card of Leo, Gemini, is strength, right? You are really going to find the courage in your heart. I think maybe it is really going to be influenced by this holiday season. Maybe this is a time where being around, you know, your friends and your family and, you know, reconnecting to thinking about when grandma was around or grandpa was around or your cousins were around in the past. Like, it's going to really strengthen your heart. Now, it's interesting because then there's Ace of Cups and Two of Cups in reverse, which could be, right, this five of cups that we started with here. As it is the end of the year, it's the holidays, and it's also Mercury retrograde. There's going to be thoughts of the past. That's normal. And there's going to be people from the past that come up, not just in our mind, but also in our 3D reality. So I see this as like somebody from your past where things have not worked out. And yes, this very much could be someone you dated or you were in a romantic relationship with, or it could be, you know, a former best friend or something like that, right? Something didn't work out between the two of you. It was very, very unbalanced. But they want to offer you something. Maybe it's an apology. Maybe it's an opportunity to start over. Only you are going to know if this is actually worth your time. You're definitely going to be considering how you want to move forward in the new year during December, but things are looking up for you. Like I said, right, you're victorious, you're happy, you're tapping into your intuition, you're feeling very, very strong. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So kind of what I'm getting, Gemini, is that there's going to be 2 offers coming to you December, and I don't know when. Right? Could be beginning of December, middle of December, end of December, right? Like, who knows? Everybody's on a different path. And what I see is like, there's going to be an offer that's very emotional, and then there's going to be an offer that is a lot more grounded. And you're going to need to use your discernment with regard to who these offers are coming from, as far as whether or not they're worth your time, right? Like, is this a past person that's no longer worth considering because of, you know, what went down and how things ended? Or is this a person from your past that like there's some nostalgia, maybe there was just distance, and like maybe they are worth, maybe it's no longer upside down, right? Like, as I see this here, for me, this indicates it might be, but everybody's situation is going to be different. Let's see if we can get a little bit more clarity here. Overall, like just in these cards, what I'm getting is that, you know, you, as long as you keep focusing on yourself and you use your own inner wisdom to surround you with balanced relationships, balanced individuals, and you tap into your heart, the strength of your heart, and you trust your intuition, things that make you happy are for your greater good. Things that make you feel drained and taken advantage of, trust how you feel around people. If somebody's making you feel anxious and depressed, it's probably something to look into, to separate yourself from. Maybe they're offering you this big heartfelt apology and there's something not quite right about it. Trust that, right? You don't need to rush to make a decision about anything, especially during Mercury retrograde, Gemini. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. Okay, yeah, this is giving me more nostalgia. I do feel like somebody from your past is definitely going to be coming through to speak to you. Maybe both of these offers, maybe the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles are both from people from your past. Again, this is like end of the year. People can use the excuse of the holidays, but we also have this Mercury retrograde. Hierophant. This is the God card. And when you have the High Priestess and the Hierophant, they're basically divine counterparts. So for me, this is like this is an admonition to deepen your spiritual practices, to trust your intuition, whether it's meditation or yoga or journaling. Maybe it would be a good idea to look into working with an astrologer or a life coach or a tarot reader this month, Gemini. I think this is a call to look more into and learn more about spiritual practices that will help you feel more connected to your intuition and to your heart. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. For me, this is advice, Gemini, to not take advice from trees that bear no fruit. Just because someone says they're sorry, just because someone says they've changed, Gemini, doesn't mean they have. What are their patterns? What does their life look like? Is there any actual evidence that they're actually sorry or that they've actually changed? Or are they just trying to take advantage of the fact that it's the holidays and there's some nostalgia between the two of you because you dated in the past or you grew up together? Like, what fruit are they bearing? That's going to give you an indication about whether or not it's actually worth considering this offer. Can I get a couple more cards, Spirit? Interesting. The High Priestess in reverse. The Ten of Wands in reverse. For me, this is saying that if you invest in your spiritual practices, if you start to learn more about them, right? Whether you take like a meditation workshop, you buy a tarot deck, right? Like I said, you work with a coach, you start reading some more metaphysical books. Your practices, right? Your regular divination practices of how you stay connected and grounded are going to help you during the times where it feels like your intuition is blocked and you're unsure about what to do. And something I like to remind folks of, trust that if you don't know what to do, that you're not supposed to, and also trust that when you need to make the decision that you're going to know what to do about it. There just may be this situation that you're not clear if you need to let it go or not. Everybody's situation is different. And even when, right, there's somebody from our past where things haven't worked out, and because we have love for them, and it doesn't necessarily make them an evil person if they are unhealed, immature, stuck in their toxicity, right? It's not an excuse. It's just saying like, that's where they are. And when somebody like tells you, this is who I am, I've changed, I'm going to do better, I'm going to be better. Their words tell you who they want to be, but their actions and the fruit that they bear or do not bear is what indicates who they truly are. So there very well may be somebody from your past that comes through that you had a lot of affection for. Again, I don't know if this is a friend, family member, or former, relationship, romantic partnership, right? And because of that past connection, it could understandably cause some hesitation about letting that person go when they come to you with this offer, because this very well could be an offer that you wanted, but it needs to be a grounded offer. And don't rush, right? This is Mercury retrograde period. It's good to not make decisions. You should not be rushed by anybody. Temperance, be patient and pour into your cup. Continue your spiritual practices, start a new meditation practice, start a journaling practice, right? So that when you feel the urge to like, oh, well, this person apologized and they want me to let them know, like, Remind yourself that you don't owe anybody anything, and you get to take your time and you get to sit with it. And you also get to do the things that make you feel happy, right? Don't let somebody disrupt your energy this month, Gemini. Like, just because they're like, oh, remember the past, and like, I'm sorry that things happened the way they did, and you know, I just want an opportunity for us to get closer again and to like learn to trust each other again. Like, you can say, you know what, I really appreciate that. I'm going to be busy this month. You know, I've got family things, I've got holiday parties, and like, when I have time, I'll let you know how I feel, and I appreciate that, and I care about you. I love you, but you know, like, I am going to be busy this month. Don't let that person rush you simply because they want to know how you feel about it. Take your time during this month. Continue to do the things that make you feel happy and fulfilled. Like, your heart is going to help you through this process, and your spiritual practices are going to help you navigate any confusion. And just be patient with yourself at this time, Gemini, because these things are not easy. It's not easy when we care about somebody, we have a history with them, but we have to come to a conclusion that, you know, they're not exactly who they say they are. This card is from the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck. My fearless freedom lights up the world. And again, more sunshine. So get out there into nature this month. Get your vitamin D, Gemini. Go ice skating. Go for walks. Get some hot cocoa with friends and family that love you. And this card is from the Crystal Mandala Oracle by Alana Fairchild. And we have Archon, Barbello, and Pitcher Jasper support Crystal Angels 444. So I'm going to look that up in the book really quick to close the reading out. If this message resonates, please like. Let me know how it's showing up for you. Subscribe to the channel. All right. We bring you the gift of support. Our support is available to you on all levels. We offer spiritual support of inspired ideas, unconditional love, and divine energy. We offer psychological support as we assist you in upgrading your belief systems to ones that enhance your ability to fulfill your divine destiny. We offer emotional support through spiritual friendship, unconditional acceptance, and unlimited compassion. We offer physical support by providing for your material needs for nourishment, shelter, security, and safety. We are able to support you with peace and with prosperity in subtle and very practical ways. Notice how much easier it is to live your life with courage when you know that no matter what, you shall be provided for, and what you need is only ever a prayer away. To integrate this guidance, you may like to say this invocation now. I call upon the crystal angel of Pitcher Jasper and Archon Barbello, who love me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing gift of support. I accept all of my divine entitlement to help, protection, intervention, assistance, support, and guidance now and always. I clear through all levels of my being through this or any lifetime, any issue, resistance, blockage, and doubt about receiving help. I forgive all experiences of manipulation where help was given to me with conditions attached, which led to guilt, shame, and abuse. I choose to free myself from all memories, belief systems, and behaviors conditioned by past pain around receiving or not receiving support. I now accept the truth of unconditionally loving support from the universe so all my needs may be met, and I am assisted in every way possible to fulfill my divine destiny. Through divine mercy, grace, and unconditional love and my own free will, so be it. I hope these messages resonated for you, Gemini. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you later. Bye.